Greetings, family, and welcome to the Art of Rising Flow State Conversations.
Yo,
I'm
let me
here
in. Let
with-
me in. Let me in. I'm in here.
I'm here with my co-hostess with the mostest.
I'm trying to look through the peek hole, like knock on the door. You trying to cheat, like, can I really see through this? What's up, everybody? Coming at you live from Savannah, Georgia, co-hosting with Omar Garcia here on the Art of Rising. What's happening?
Yes.
Omar?
Well, we are here. Of course, man. Happy eclipse, right? We made the eclipse. We made it. We made it.
There's always something going on in the world, but like we always say, what's going on with you?
That's true. Well, first of all, I just want to say that we're located in North Bergen, New Jersey.
All right.
And I run a private practice here with my wife, and it's been an amazing journey, just incredible. Like things have been coming together, and we're touching a lot of lives, and that's basically we're in the business of touching people's lives, and making it better for them, just providing that platform. So that's what we're doing here.
OMVL Healing Sanctuary.
All day, every day. Yeah, we do all kinds of things. We do breath work. We do ice plunge. We do special events, gatherings. We do men's retreats. And let me just add right now that we are putting together an international retreat. It's taking place in August. That's it. We're just letting it out, bro. We're letting it out. But the details will be coming very, very soon. The location, it's going to be tropical. It's going to be by the beach, something like that. But it's going to be also with the teachings too. This is not just like a hangout and let's do hookah and all that. No, we're not about that. Right. We're all about elevating consciousness, raising. That's why we're the Art of Rising.
That's right. That's right.
In addition to that, we're also having a musical event that's taking place on June 15th. And this is a big one too. It's taking place in New Egypt, New Jersey, which we both learned that there's a place that exists that's named like this in New Jersey. But it's going to be amazing. Lots of great energetic food and artists performing and all of that. Right? And I'll mention a little bit more a little later on and perhaps have some surprises for folks too. So stick around. You're going to hear some good stuff.
Special offerings,
Exactly. That's what we need. That's what we need. Okay. Yep. So there's a lot of things going on in the world. You're right, brother. So why don't you tell me what's going on with you?
So the chips have been falling gracefully, or should I also say the seeds have been sprouting in succession in regards to myself, my brand identity, and me finding myself. You guys find me here collaborating with OMZL Healing Sanctuary because this is a place that allows me to take self-mastery and create a practice out of it and help me become a better designer, an architectural designer, an agricultural designer. I'm all about the human condition being optimized so that people can be well, think well, and make amazing things because they feel amazing. So for me, it's springtime, and this winter was full of a lot of marketing efforts, a lot of emails, a lot of phone calls, and I'm now starting to receive that energy back. And man, I be that person reaching out to me, but no, there are opportunities coming my way because I've been putting out like, look, something around these two things, architecture, agriculture, that's what I'm doing. I present myself like that. I've built my brand around that, and I've allowed time and impact to really tell me like, what am I here for? So that's what's going on here in Savannah.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So the topic for today is in relation to all of that you're speaking about, actually. And it has to do with cell phones, right? And distractions.
Uh-oh.
That's right. I know. We're stepping on a lot of toes right now. You know that, right?
Oh, my God. Don't take my phone away from me.
Well, did you know that there's over 7.5 billion people with a cell phone in the world? Yet there's only about 4.5 billion toilets that work in the world. So people have a phone. Yeah, Yeah, it was incredible when I found out. I was like, man, there's more people have more phones than they have a toilet that works. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's insane.
I don't
You
even
know.
know what to say.
I know. I
I
know.
don't know what
It's
to
quite
say.
it's quite stunning. It's quite stunning. So let's just jump right into it, right? When we were doing the men's Zoom calls and we were, tackling topics, and then I came up with this one about what is preventing me from leveling up, and immediately the cell phone came into my head. It's your cell phone, and
Yeah.
and I denied it. I went, what? No, 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 no. That answer came too quick. Let me meditate a little bit more on it. It's nope.
Cell phone, cell phone. It's your
Cell phone,
cell.
cell phone,
Scroll,
cell phone.
scroll, scroll, scroll.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So it hit me. It hit me hard, man. I was like, I can't believe that. I was dumbfounded. I said, nah, that can't be it. But yeah, it is it. It takes up a lot of our time. And there are these programs that help you to monitor how much phone use that you use,
Right.
and I heard one case where this brother was using his phone just every now and then to do like a little bit of a video game, whenever he's bored and he's commuting and stuff like that. And the usage was 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
That's half a work day, bro. He was stunned. He was like, something's got to get done. So I think that's a good practice to monitor, your phone usage like that.
I
What
mean,
comes up for
Omar,
you on that one, brother?
yeah, Jim Quick. You know Jim Quick, masterful
Yeah.
learning,
Yeah,
book.
what is
He's
it?
all about he's all
Mindfulness,
about he's all basically
limitless.
limitless. Jim Quick and limitless. He starts out in the preface saying, "Look, we are in a situation we need to detach from the digital deluge that we're in. Through
Mm,
that, you'll be able to access the rest of these things in this book."
mm.
And then he
Wow.
writes like a whole good 2 pages on like why your phone is like killing your productivity. It's just killing anything that you think you can get done. And it really
Mm,
spoke to me on the fact that, man, we just like we don't write anymore. We feel like we have to go seek information rather than like almost deduce information from our own knowledge. It's
mm.
tearing us up left and
Yeah,
right.
it is. It is. And then um, I was also learning that the cell phone is mainly used for texting communication.
Hmm.
Yeah, more than speaking to people.
Uh-huh.
So, like, someone might make the case, well, it brings us closer together. You could call people. We're not even calling each other, bro.
Right.
I got people telling me, they text me and they go, "Oh, could I call you now?" What? But before you used to just call somebody. Why you
Call me.
gotta ask
Yeah.
now? Yeah, just
Yeah.
call.
Yeah.
Before you just call, there was no text
Hey, are you
involved.
free? Like just call and you'll know.
If I don't pick up, right? I see you call and I call you back. Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's a strange
Our
phenomenon. It really
our
is. It's
yep.
really weird.
Hmm.
It
Our
has a
social
lot to.
culture.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's our social culture. It has so much artificiality in it. Like think about it, Omar. There are people who wake up every day and their job is to engineer an app to make you stay on it. The colors, the sounds, the notifications, the this, the that. It's their job to engineer that so that you are engaging more, feeding more data, and producing more revenue.
The
It's their
best
job.
minds. Top scientists. Yeah. Yep. It's crazy. It's just nuts how they have us twisted up like that. And they notice that even very young kids too. I mean, like, I have young kids. I have a
Right,
6 and an 8-year-old in the house, right?
right, right,
And
right.
we take them out to the museums. We take them out, to these nice events and all that. There's an 8-year-old with a better phone than mine, bro, and that phone belongs to the kid.
Yeah, yeah. I
It's
mean, dude, you don't need a scientific study to tell like that's gonna have implications on someone's development when they're not touching natural things. They're interfacing with a screen that has information that's holographic, essentially. Like it's not real. And that's why I talk with people like in regards to like your calendars and stuff. Like you talk about, write it down. You're not. It's literally not. translating the same way as if you were transcribing with a pencil or pen
Mm,
those letters on a paper. Even that you
mm,
ever like try to write a paper without like mind mapping it out? You ever try to,
mm,
create a success in your life without mind mapping it out or journaling it?
mm,
Like the Instagram reels ain't gonna do it for you. All these little
yeah,
motivational things ain't gonna do it for you if you're not integrating your thoughts down on paper. And that takes
right.
focus. That takes dedication. And I speak for myself and my artistry. Like it takes that, you know, everything else going on outside of the world is outside of the world because the
Mhm,
screen time
mhm.
stuff, man, it is woo.
Yeah, we should take screen time vacations. This is something
Yeah.
new now. People are taking screen time vacation
Yep.
where they say, "No, I'm not going to touch the phone for the day. Like I'm on vacation."
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's nuts. But what are we talking about? We're talking about dopamine,
Hmm.
right? Right.
Yeah. We're
It's
talking
that
about
it's that hit.
what's
Mm.
that thing that's preventing you from rising? Like truly. In our
Yeah.
day-to-day basis, like I
Yeah.
like to ask myself, am I producing or am I consuming when I'm on these apps? They're
Hmm. Hmm.
tools. They can use you or you can use them. Am I producing or
Mm.
am I consuming?
Wow, that's deep.
Am I
That's deep.
like just ask yourself as you're getting on it, you'll
Mm,
send a message, you do a couple
mm,
things, and then you start
mm,
consuming. You start scrolling
mhm.
like, oh, I see one
Yeah.
thing I like, I see another
Yeah.
thing I like.
Hmm.
Boom, boom, boom. You're on
Yeah.
the ride.
It's that little hit of dopamine, right? So they already know, scientists know that the same hit of dopamine you're getting is like doing a hit of coke.
Yeah.
It's just like that. It works on the same receptors, right?
Yep.
So some people say, well, I use the phone, sometimes it's no big thing. But when you get up in the morning, do you touch your phone, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Denzel, check this out. What do alcoholics do when they get up in the morning?
Touch the bottle.
Okay. You see? So people, right? And people walking around talking about like, I'm not addicted. No, I don't have a problem. Yeah, but when they get out of bed, that's the first thing. In fact, they know that people even respond to the notifications even in the middle of the night. I had
Yep.
one brother where I had text him because you already know I'm up at 4 in the morning. I'm getting things done. I get a thought, I text the brother, and then when I saw him later in the day, he was like, "Hey man, what are you texting me that time for?" I said, "I had a thought and I just texted him. That's all." He goes, "Nah, man, don't be texting me at that time." I was like, "What are you doing checking your phone if you're sleeping, bro?" He was mad at me. Oh man, I was like, "Yo, this is just way out, bro.
I even had a
This way."
moment today, just today, like a couple hours ago. I left the house. I had a site visit to do, and I left my phone. I made a U-turn,
Mm.
and then I made another U-turn. Was like, man, I don't need the phone. I got the address. It's like right there. Like,
Yeah,
and I got my
yeah,
iPad on me. Like, if I need to
yeah,
stop, catch a Wi-Fi,
hmm,
and send a message,
hmm,
okay. And if
yeah.
something goes wrong within 2 hours, and I need my phone. I'm not gonna have it,
Yeah.
and things
It,
will probably
it's
be all right. But they've grained it into us. Like, you need your phone, and it's just so much behind it.
it's way out. Phones have penetrated places that used to be sacred, like the bathroom,
Hmm.
right? Bathroom was just your time when you just went to take a dump.
Right.
Now I see guys, phone rings, they pick it up. They're in the toilet, bro. They're
Yeah.
sitting down. I'm like, no, that's no, man. No, that's way out. That's too much, man. Come on.
Yeah.
No, just wait till you get out.
Yeah, we gotta take a moment to think, like, what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's going on? What are we leaving behind in the name of productivity, in the name of just our own self mastery? When we're
Mm-hmm.
spending time, we're
Mm-hmm.
spending the time in a
Yeah.
portal. It's almost as if these apps are like time
Yeah.
sinks, they call them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we can't, time, you already know you can't get it back. It's the rarest commodity that we have,
Yeah.
right? Yet every time we get that little hit of dopamine, it's listen, dopamine, we need dopamine. Humans need dopamine. That's what gives us the urges to do things. You see, that's
Uh,
where we're able to eat and we're able to accomplish things and we're able
yep.
to have sex and procreate. So we need dopamine in our bodies. In fact, there was a test done where they had removed the dopamine from mice's. they died within a week, bro.
Mm,
And you already know our DNA is very close to them. So that's why they always test on mice and stuff like that.
mm,
But we need dopamine, we do. But sometimes it goes on overdrive. You
mm,
see? So I read this wonderful book called Dopamine Nation, and it talks about how the dopamine works on the same pain and pleasure centers.
mm.
So they work like a seesaw, and they're actually, when you start getting hits of dopamine on one side on pleasure, the other side, there's like these little elves that are jumping on the seesaw to try to balance it, because we need balance. Whoever made this Ferrari, this Ferrari Testarossa we're in, made us like that, that we need balance, and it will automatically do that. But we start pushing the system too much.
Right, yeah. And like I know we're talking like all humdrum about the subject, and it brings to mind to me like the solution, like such as, things like Sudoku puzzles, juggling, they got these fidget toys, um, these little things that people can do. They got bow ding balls. Or got my
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
yeah. These
Mm-hmm.
things like
Right,
things
right,
for you to
right.
mind to like cycle on healthy in a healthy manner.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you
Mm-hmm.
find yourself literally, they call it doom scrolling, Omar. Doom
Mm,
scrolling.
doom scrolling. Oh my
Like it's
goodness, this
there
is
to where like
nuts.
you can just
Doom scrolling.
throw your life
Oh,
away on a
oh
Facebook,
my
Instagram.
goodness.
No, no.
Yeah, I've heard some other terminologies too. I think one of them was like a mobile zombie or something like that. It's like, yeah, you see people, they're walking down the street, right? Before Before, people used to walk down the street, a woman would hold her purse tight. You couldn't get that purse off of her, right?
Yeah.
No. Now she's got her head in the phone. You could take her purse, her earrings, her belt. She wouldn't know. She wouldn't know. She's just sleeping. And then the other one, I go to the restaurant. I'm there with my wife, right? And the kids were having some food. I look over at a young couple. They're on a date. They're about 20 something and like that. They were both on the cell phone,
On the phone.
ignoring each other, missing it. You
So
could be sitting there with the love of your life, the one that will put wind in your sails, that will help you to elevate to spaces and places that you can never imagine. And meanwhile, you're
yeah,
just busy on the cell phone.
yeah. We're in it. It's
Mm-hmm.
even like it's like to the point where I struggle with, for example, sharing my stories and things like when I have the phone in my hand and I'm capturing what I'm doing about the day, there's a balance to that. Like, okay, I need to do a whole hour of this. And after that, I'm putting this down because like I'll find myself just like just enjoy life and like experience it in the reality, and
Yeah.
share those moments,
Mm-hmm.
but don't get caught up in other people's moments. I'm like
Yep. Mm-hmm.
use
Mm-hmm.
those moments of other people to kind of find and cross collaborate and then find out, who you can just chop it up with and who you can um, who you can kind of build a connection with, and you'll see, okay, that's my algorithm, and you start to treat life like that.
Mm.
Start to
Mm.
build like, okay, I'm supposed to be in these places and spaces, and you'll start to see like how they engineered it just to
Right.
make it feel so good.
That's a great point that you brought up. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about your creativity and when you're in that space of
Yeah,
separateness, when you've already put down the digital devices and you go inward. Why don't you
right.
tell me a little bit about that, brother?
Okay, so I have this thing I learned from a gentleman in town. It's called the circle theory. Say I have a circle on the wall right here. Got a circle, and let's say all of these are my tasks that I have to do for drawing this home. Draw the wall, put the siding on the wall, change the roof, change the color, so and so. Do this. Well, Omar, to finish this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take
Mm-hmm.
one thing,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put it in the circle, and I'm gonna take care of that one thing. That's all I'm gonna focus on. Like, I don't
Wow.
care what's going on in the world, like, it does not
Mm-hmm.
matter. I'm literally legit, like, focused on this intently to the point whereas I know what I have to do within this thing to make this go as fast as possible and efficiently as possible. Because in my
Mm-hmm.
world, it's all about keyboard clicks, and the less I'm kicking that keyboard, the more efficient I am, the more that I'm putting out, essentially. So like I can't
Mm.
afford to be, you know,
Right,
on the
right,
computer
right.
checking my phone and having my focus flop from here to there. No, time is
Mm,
money. Like people,
mm,
or do you know what you're doing or not? If you don't know what you're doing, take a moment, write it down,
mm,
start to deduce. Like, what do I have to do? What am I not understanding? What do I understand? And
mm,
it just the solution creates itself. And if you
mm,
don't know the solution, that's what networking, that's what, mentorship, that's what that's for. And dude, it took me so long to just realize this through all the distractions.
mm, mm, mhm, mhm, mhm. Yes, 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 yes. But that's how they got us. They want to put it there. I mean, like no other time in the world has so many
Sheesh.
distractions have been out among humanity. In fact, they already say that we don't know the effects it's going to have on humans in another 10,
Oh,
20 years, 50 years. They can actually be rehab centers for people to go. Yeah, I'm serious.
God,
This is how they're talking. Yeah.
that makes perfect
Yeah.
sense.
Yep. So they can just kick the
Dang.
habit. Yeah, they can't pull it together. Um
Wow.
what's that gentleman's name from Canada? His name is Dr. Escapes my name. His name escapes me, of course. But in any case, he spoke about how cell phone use with young children
Uh-oh.
has been a direct correlation to
Uh-oh.
drug abuse, to heavy addictions of heavy narcotics.
I'm willing to bet some
Uh,
other neurodegenerative disorders too, like schizophrenia and
yeah,
anxiety and
yeah.
depression.
hmm
Man,
hmm Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. For me, I use the cell phone, and you see I'm posting a few times a day. It's for the business, although I make that excuse, right? you
yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm seeing highlight reels of boxing, old ones with
We knocked that
Ali,
mug
with
out.
Sugar Ray. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
I saw it back in the 80s. It hasn't changed. He won that fight.
Yo.
It's the dopamine. That's what it
Yep.
is. That little hit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But so
Entertainment.
I use it for business. That's right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I use it for business, but it's also that entertainment type of thing where it's keeping me occupied and it's preventing me from doing other things. When I come out of that little haze or that little like zombie state that I'm in, I'd be like, man, like I just lost some time. Like it's like that was like 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, nuts.
Yeah.
hmm
Oh my God. We talk about flow state conversations.
hmm
Everybody look up the chart on what flow truly means. It's that moment where the difficulty and I believe it's the will to do the doggone thing.
hmm
It intersects and like it's not too hard and the
hmm
payout isn't too it's not too hard and also it's not too cumbersome of a task and that allows you to find that balance between like figuring it out and feeling uncomfortable about something breaking through and just going through this loop and flowing
hmm
into growing into mastering your craft and with focus anybody has access to that. Our brains are baked to make that cake.
hmm
Like, what am I
hmm
working on? And when you figure out your definite chief aim, when you figure out what do I do, you start
hmm
stacking those days, you start stacking those journal entries. You start
hmm
stacking, the views on the podcast, just listening to what we're
hmm
dropping because we have these conversations all the time, Omar, and
hmm
our
hmm
lives have been growing since. Like me implementing the calendars, me implementing the lists, implementing all these things to limit the distractions. Because there's days where it's like imagine like your phone is like that pool over there. Man, I'll do a
hmm
cannonball into that mug.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's pretty wild.
just sit on the
hmm
couch. I'm like, bro,
hmm
because I'm a designer. Like I live through the world, through the lens of like, what are people creating for us? And
hmm
sometimes just basking in it just marvels me because
hmm
there's so much to see. It's like you can just
hmm
scroll for forever and just find all these
hmm
new things. But like, what are you up to? What are
hmm
you up
hmm Right, right. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
to?
It's
Yo,
so true. I mean, I try to remain in that creative state because in order for me to touch many lives, I have to create something. I have to be very specific on what is it that I want for people. That way they can be interested in what is it that we are providing for them,
Right.
whatever that looks like, that support system. Because
Right.
everybody needs help. You could throw a stick to somebody who needs help. Like everybody is going through something and there's different levels of mental states. But in order for me to remain in that creative state, I have to be free from these digital devices. Yet it helps me also to create. So it's kind of like that balance that I'm trying to find there. Like, am I making a post or am I posting and scrolling? You see, there's two
Yeah.
different things now.
Or
Am I Mhm.
am I posting just to get the dopamine likes, a little bit of likes, like, ooh, this ain't gonna get the likes, or are you just posting from the fullness of your creative heart, like, let me just
Exactly.
put this in because this
That 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 often happens to me too. Like I'm grabbing my phone to see, like, did anybody see it? Did anyone like it? Yeah. Did
yeah,
anybody? Yeah, it's
oh
terrible.
man,
I know. I know. And then I'm
man,
like, man, just post it and leave it. Yeah, it
send
doesn't matter if
it.
no one likes it. It doesn't matter. I mean, look, let's get one thing clear right here. This whole podcast is not about bashing people that use phones, because I would be bashing myself too, right? This is about, let's pause for a moment and look at what is it that's happening here in this device that we call a mobile phone. There's something else deeper that's going on here, and we should look at it like that. You know, there's a wonderful story I wanted to tell you about Cicero. He lived in ancient Roman times, and he said that there was a temple where he would have visitors come, and then the person that was there at the temple would greet the visitors and then show them the paintings of people who had confessed their lives to God and the saints, and they had survived the shipwrecks at sea. And there was a few paintings. And the story goes that one of the visitors said, "Where's the other paintings of the other sailors that didn't make it?" You see? Because there's always someone else who also confessed and gave themselves to God too, but didn't make the shipwreck, right? It's just that that person was thinking out the box, right? Was saying, hey, you're just showing me the good stuff over here. There's something else going on behind the scenes too. So that's what we're saying with these mobile phones. There's something else going on. Let's think out the box. Yes, they help us. Yes, we're staying in contact with other people like from around the world. Yes, you can get information and all that. But at the same time, how many times do you not use that muscle to research something where you could have, looked it up and wrote it yourself and created it yourself?
Do
Or what
you
if
know your
what about
neighbor?
writing a letter? Well, when was the last time somebody wrote a letter to a loved one?
Do you know your neighbor? Like,
Mhm.
bruh.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is deep. It is deep. So let's just take a pause for the moment right here and just speak a little bit about some of our upcoming events, right? I wanted to speak
Oh,
about the June 15th. So far, this one's called the High Vibe Festival. We have some wonderful, wonderful artists coming up. They are providing some musical loveliness for the masses. There's singers, there's guitar players, drummers. There's this woman. Oh my God, I don't want to say too much, but she's big time. She has sung in front of huge, huge stadiums, and she's gonna be there. And there's going to be some energetic food, vegan, vegetarian. There's going to be some options. There's going to be some, DJ music there also. And then there's an option to sleep over as well. So we're camping. you know.
ooh.
Yeah, yeah. So you,
Oh,
you got to come down for this one, Denzel. For
mark the
real. Can you make it?
yeah. Mark the calendar for that. I was thinking about the muffins. That's what I was like. Wait, we
Oh yeah, the wife's going to be baking. She's going to be making the magical. Yeah,
I was
magic.
I was legit thinking. I was like, wait, what flavor did he say the word again?
That's right. Yeah. Yep. Those magical muffins. It's magic with a J. Magique.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Yep. It's going to be great. It's going to be outstanding. And, we're going to help people provide some transportation as well if they can't get over there. And there's going to be an early bird special. And we just want to kind of drip out this information to people so that way they can know what's going on and they can be a part of the community, because that's what we're
Yeah,
doing. We're
I know
rising as a community.
a lot of times within the the people that are all about like high vibrational things and whatnot, they talk about, yo, there's nothing for me to really like commune with folks around, without going to the club, without going to the hookah bar, or
Hmm.
without going wherever, that you normally everybody would normally go. This is
Hmm.
what we're offering. This is that platform for you to come connect with people that you may not have known was right around the corner from you,
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like if I had a nickel for every time I had somebody come to me in these events and say, "Thank you so much. I needed this. Wow,
Yeah.
we need more of this." And
Yeah.
then I started thinking, like, when was the last time when I went to a club those many years ago? I didn't
Right.
walk up to the owner and go, "Man, thank you so much. I needed this."
The promoter
Yeah,
like, son, that was
yeah,
exactly
yeah,
like you
yeah,
said it was gonna be, son.
yeah. Right.
No.
Yeah. So it's a wonderful thing, man. So just stay tuned. Check the website. It's omzlhealingsanctuary.com. And we're also on the Instagram. And we have the YouTube channel, which is very educational as well. And yeah, just keep an eye out for some of the events.
All righty.
All right. So getting right back to the dopamine effect, the
Yeah.
mobile.
hmm I got something
Hmm.
for you. We're in
Go
Q2
ahead.
right now. This is the second 12-week year of the year,
Mm.
if you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yep,
12-week
12,
year,
12 week. Yeah. Go
in
ahead.
relation to what we're talking about, the 12-week year will help you track how much time you're spending on a phone and how much time you're leaving in terms of productivity. The 12-week year by Brian Moran allowed me to really break through my momentum. Let's just call it that, not even successful momentum, because it helps you see what are your main quests to go on. Okay, now break those up into three different subsections, and then break those subsections up into 10 different, about 10 or 12 different actions that you could take. And over time, he talks about teaching people how to set actionable goals. And actionable goals mean that things that create change, don't just do stuff just to do it. You say that
Mm,
20% of your efforts create 80% of the the product of the magic or whatever. And so
mhm,
just ask yourself, like, what if you could see? What if you track your time? What if you were honest about a month of screen time
mm,
and you started looking at your goals and what you say you were going to do? Check out 12-week year, y'all. And just follow the program. It's just so simple. It helps you see how much time you just waste because
mhm.
you know
That's
wh-
beautiful.
where's
Beautiful.
your
I know.
where's your head going at? Because I know you. I think you introduced it to me first, and
Yep.
then like I
Mhm.
took it, and
Yep.
ran with it.
Yep. 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 I love it. I love it. I absolutely, the 12-week year, right? You're saying that in 12 weeks, that's one calendar year. Put it like that. And if you squeeze one year, into 12 weeks, wow, how much work you could get done, how much creativity that you can master,
Hmm
how much craft can you put out there and people to really appreciate. It's stunning. Yeah. This is the portion of the podcast where we're giving some solutions too,
That's
right?
it.
So this is another one that has helped me also. So when I'm working at my desk, I have my phone, whatever I'm doing during the day, I have my pad next to me, right? And what I do is every time I pick up the phone to check it, I make one.
No, you don't. No way.
Yep, just
Oh,
one.
bro.
Whoop. Yep. Yep. And I go, okay, that's cool. I got one, boom. And then another time, hold
Like
on.
you
Now I got
hovering,
six of them.
you like
Yeah.
touch. Oh,
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And then it helps, brother. It helps so much because then I notice myself reaching for the phone, but I don't pick it up because I don't want to make the mark
and
on the
you
paper.
get a chance to
Hmm.
ask, like, what did I want to pick it up for, Omar? Like,
Yep. Yep, exactly. And then at the end of the day, you could
Yeah.
already see how many times you've reached for your phone.
I
And
believe
then the
Jim
next
Quick
day
calls
you
those.
do less.
Yeah, I
I'm
believe Jim
sorry?
Quick literally calls those just checks. Like I'm just checking to see if I got a notification.
Mm,
No, in the 12-week year, he says time block the time you want. Check emails, do this, do that.
mm,
Take
mm.
15-minute breaks in between 45-minute focus, focus dumps too.
Right.
Engineer, engineered around
Yes.
the day.
Thank you. Thank you for bringing that up because that's amazing too. Like when we study, whatever we're doing in our craft, we like to escape. Humans like escapism. That's why we look at our phone. We're doing our work during the day and we get a little bored with this monotonous thing. But like Jim Quick suggests, take a break like every 25 minutes.
That,
Scientists already know that this is super helpful. You could be super productive. Just take a break for like five
yeah,
minutes. You get up, walk around, look far, and then come back and sit down, and take a few breaks, every 25 minutes, every 30 minutes or something like that.
yeah,
Because I think the brain shuts down, like it
dude.
just goes into another state, like after 45 minutes or something like
Literally, it's called decision fatigue.
that.
Like you have an unlimited finite amount of imagine your brain firing like a
Mm,
gun, pow, pow,
mm,
every time you
mm,
make an
mm,
important decision,
mm,
pow, pow, pow,
mm,
even
mm,
stupid decisions, pow. And you done wasted
mm.
all pow, 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 pow,
Right,
scrolling and
right, right.
like and commenting and boom, boom, boom. By the time it's time to get to work,
Hmm.
good
We
God.
spoke, yeah, we spoke also about Pavlov's.
Yeah, Pavlov's dog.
Right, Pablo's dog, right, was the bell. The
In the
bell. Every
name of
time the dog heard the
notifications.
bell, yeah, you got the treat. But then
Uh-huh.
he was just ringing the bell, and the dog was coming, like just for the bell.
Yep.
So that's how they got us on those notifications. So that's
Yep.
another great suggestion also for people. Turn off the notifications.
Dude,
Turn off the Cash App one too.
the
Turn off
banners,
your Facebook. Turn off the banners. Turn off.
dog.
Yep. Turn it off. Turn it off. Yeah.
They
And the
they
ringer too, even
here.
your phone, put it on vibrate,
Uh-huh.
like that. That's super helpful. But get off of those texting, the text that you receive, the notifications. Oh no, I turn those off.
Yep, you
No, no,
notice.
no, no.
Yep. Yep. It'll drive you nuts, man.
It drive you nuts,
And
man.
you'll learn, wait, I'm literally being told when to check something. And now,
Mm-hmm.
and they sell this fear of you may miss something.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What if someone
Yeah.
calls you an important like
Yeah.
what happened
Yeah.
before then?
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, yeah. It's not that deep. It's not that important. We need to take control back of our lives and rise up because really this is holding us down as a
Yeah,
community, as a race, as human beings. We need to be the best version of ourselves. So, you know, just recently also, um, I'm training hard now because I have my Spartan race coming up, and this is my annual thing, right? And this is another idea that we have helped to introduce to folks in the ice plunge, and I want to introduce it here also. It's called Masagi.
like
Masagi is an ancient practice. It comes from Japan.
spell that,
It's
Omar. How do
it
you spell that?
Masagi, M Masagi.
Uh-huh. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look it up for real.
of course. So it's an ancient practice from Japan, and it has to do with water purification. So that's where we come in with the ice plunge. But it's also an idea where you have something big happening every year, at least one or two things, big things that you have to look forward to. So anybody listening, they should ask themselves, what do I have to look forward to this year? Is it vacation with all you can eat and drink up in? No, man. No, we're not made for that. We're not built for that. We have to challenge ourselves. So Masagi is that idea of you're purifying yourself in very cold water and you're also challenging your life. You have something to look forward to. I'm sorry, you want to say, brother?
I'm gonna look for that design competition for myself.
Exactly.
Need
So
that.
that's what I do. I do the Spartan races, but I do
Yeah,
different races during the year also. It's just something to look forward to. I'm training my body, you know.
yeah.
I'm
Just
getting
learning how
ready
to.
for that.
Because
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
mean, when we talk people engineering the apps and stuff, all they're doing is just flipping the same switch that we have in terms of self mastery in the name of self mastery. Like when you delay gratification and you just stack up the days and days and days of of developing a skill set, and then you start serving, and it's like, whoa, I'm
Mm-hmm.
prepared. And
Right.
you look at all the things that you've done and all the things were leading up to that moment in your preparation. And I've even had this little, set of words rattling around my head, Omar, that preparation, there's pleasure in preparation, pleasure in the preparation, that one, pleasure in the preparation. I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
just keep saying it, pleasure in the preparation, because who likes to prepare? Who really likes to, like, all right, I know tomorrow's coming up. Let me get my clothes out, get my shoes, different
Mm-hmm.
tools and devices that I'll be using, write all this stuff down. But it's like I could do that tomorrow, but there's pleasure in the preparation because when you wake up
Oh
tomorrow, it's
my
flying.
God. Oh my
There's
goodness.
so much pleasure in
I'm
preparation.
laughing because that was me earlier today.
Yeah.
Yep. Prepping some meals, right? Because I had my older daughter come in on Saturday and Sunday, so it kind of threw off my flow.
Uh-huh.
But came home, prepped my meals, packed my gym bag, got my shorts, socks, underwears, towels, slippers, got my clothes for tomorrow already prepped. Got my pants, my belt, my t-shirt, my, the wife beater, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
ready. I'm ready to go. Prep. Why? Flow. That's what
Flow.
this is. This is the art of rising. Flow state conversations.
Yeah.
Remain in the flow state.
That's it.
Okay, we get out of it, but get back in the race right away.
That's
Don't
it.
beat yourself up. Go back in. Prep everything. Prep your meals. Prep your gear. Prep your devices. Have everything ready.
Yeah.
It helps so much. Eliminate all of that distractions.
Yeah.
It
Be
does.
honest about your distractions. Ask, when can I leave space for distractions? The mind loves, you know, to just flutter away like a butterfly. It loves that. So put that on a leash and figure it out like for yourself. When do I engineer that time into my day?
Mhm.
Like, do I go out for just a walk or a frolic and in the middle
Right.
of lunch, something like that.
Right. Or
Really just
create.
think
Or
about it.
create.
Uh-huh.
Right. If you think about it, most people, first of all, most people don't read books. Okay. Ask somebody next time you see them, hey, what book are you reading? They'll tell you, I'm not really reading. Yeah. They don't. Oh, the last time I read, I was in high school.
Yeah.
Or I read a romance novel 3 years ago, something like that. That's first of all. But what about creating? We don't create anymore. We
Right.
created in all coming up, elementary school to junior high to high school to college, even college, we're still creating, doing something of creation. And then once we're out of that environment, that's it. We don't create, we don't draw nothing, we don't color. Go out there and get yourself a box of crayons for real and get some paper and let's go, people. Start getting creative out there.
Start
It
asking yourself questions on that paper. You'll start answering them. Start putting your
Mhm.
emotions down. Stop
It
ignoring them, but
does.
like put them down, and you get to
Yeah.
track them. You get to see how distracted I've been. Like, man,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. If we're not challenging ourselves, we're not only staying still, we're going backwards.
yeah,
So, we need to be going forward, ever evolving, rising, rising. Let's go, people. This is the art of rising.
yeah.
And I hope people are listening and taking notes and, putting things down because this conversation is much needed, much, much needed, bro.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
so much, bro.
we got tired of really having these conversations just on the phone and just had to oblige to share this. So reach out, comment, engage, build the audience around you, build the community
Mhm.
around you that you see, and tap into the events up in New Jersey.
Mhm.
We're bringing the international retreats. We're bringing the retreats up and down the East Coast, perhaps as time
Mhm.
goes on, and just ask for more. You deserve it, people. Ask for more.
Yep.
But when you
For
ask,
sure.
show up
Mhm.
for yourself.
That's right. Show up
Yeah.
for yourself. That's it. Just unplug from the matrix, right? And that's what we're doing here. We're providing that platform for people to get away from all of that. Give yourself a break. Look at what you're doing.
Yeah.
Just yeah, meditate. Meditate. How about that? Just
Yeah.
bring in some air through your nostrils and just wait. You
Yeah.
know, when you wake up first thing in the morning, get your room temperature water with lemon and sea salt. That's a great thing right there. Don't reach for your phone.
Yeah.
I don't touch my phone. Sometimes, occasionally, I go, ah, 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 ah. It's like almost, brother, almost. I go, don't do that. I get ready and all that and everything. When I head out the door, maybe when I'm in the car or after the gym or when I'm at the job, like that. Then I open my phone and I see my texts and all that. Because I mean, what's going to happen at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning? Everybody's sleeping. I
You
gotta
ain't making nothing
reply to
happen.
them. You know
Right.
exactly, exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what I do. I try to stay away from those things. And then there's the blue light that we did not mention also,
Mm,
right? Stay away from that blue light before you go to bed.
yeah.
Limit your screen time before you go to
Yeah.
bed. Why? It messes with our pineal gland, and the pineal gland, the third eye, is the one that regulates our serotonin levels.
Hmm.
See, and once it starts throwing that off, your sleep is not well,
Yeah.
and sleep is like it's like 80% of the battle.
Yeah.
Your muscles regenerate, your cells, come back together, your body, everything, your mind.
Your
It's
memories
rest. We need
coagulate
it.
out, create new
Hmm.
connections for new things for you to create. So it's all
Hmm.
connected, people. This is a this is that. You know,
Hmm.
just look at the triangle. It's all encompassing. You know, it's 360 degrees. It's all of that.
Thank you. It's in the logo. Thanks to you,
Yo,
brother.
yo.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention too. We're putting together a pamphlet, not a pamphlet, but more like a guide.
Mm,
Okay, this is so people can level up, and we're giving this out free to people who are signing up for the newsletter. See, so once we start putting this together like that, we're going to start doling that out to people who have already signed up, and for those who would like to sign up to the newsletter as well. And you can do that by going to the website, OMZIEL, which is OMZIEL, which is half of my name, half my wife's name, Omar and Aziel. So it's
yep.
OMZIEL. So
Yep.
we are OMZIELhealingsanctuary.com. Once you go to the main page and you start looking at what the things that we're offering there, then you'll see the pop-up saying to sign up for the newsletter, and we'll get that guide out to you so you can level up. It'll bring you tools that you can use every day, practical tools, man.
It's the simple stuff. Steph Curry probably shoot the same 22 jump shots.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yep.
a bajillion times, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
what it is,
Mm-hmm.
people.
That's what it is. That's it. It's the focusness.
Hmm.
It's the focusness. That is one of the most toughest things for humans to do is to focus.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, it's their most powerful weapon. No one wants to mess with a person who is laser like focused on anything. Nobody wants to challenge that person. Why? That's all they see is
Right.
that in their sights. That's where professional athletes come in. They are in that flow state. You see, that's where artists also they get into that flow state
That's it.
also. That's
That's
how
it.
we need to do also. Focus on the task at hand, whatever it is. Let's say you're in a job and you're like, hey, this job's okay. You should be the very best in your job,
Yep.
focused at it. You should be the focused at it. Or start focusing on learning another craft, learning
Yep.
something else, or leveling up. Focus on that then. And
Find
then
that thing.
make a move.
Yep. Find that thing. You'll know it's that thing when time disappears when you're doing it.
Mm, yep. That's a
You'll
great
know.
one. How do you know you're in the flow state? Right?
Boy,
Yeah.
4
Time
hours go by
disappears.
like,
Yep.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And humans, I believe we should be in that space, not in this other worrying space, concern. Do people like me? Are they liking my thing? Or, I have to see the latest Cardi B, Yeah, 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 yeah. She's not looking at you.
All the cheeks in the world that you could ever want to see.
You know what I'm saying? She ain't looking at you. She ain't looking at your cheeks, right? Yeah. So let's focus on that, man. I
Yeah,
appreciate your time. I
indeed,
appreciate the
Omar.
conversation. This is what we need right here, brother.
That's
This
it.
is what we need. So let me just make a last announcement also with the ice plunge. Anybody who listens to this podcast and mentions about the mobile phone, we're going to give you half off the next ice plunge. Breath work with ice plunge. We're always giving things away there. We're having raffles and all kind of great stuff. We just had one the other day. Oh, it was great. Oh, it was incredible. Denzel,
Yeah.
we had this new guy come through
Uh-huh.
that was recommended through another person, right? Because that's
Right.
how it goes, right? The best advertisement is word of mouth. So he comes through finally. He told me, I told him, so how was it last night? You were thinking about the ice plunge? He's like, man, I was nervous. But he said, I'm here. I'm here. And I said, good, good. You here? Come on, we're going to do this. So I put him through the ring and all that. He got in that water like a champ, bro. Oh my God. Because you're never sure how guys are going to do. But he went in, took the plunge, came out, and everything. When he got out, after he was done, he was like, oh my God, I feel amazing. He's like, I feel on top of the world. And that's the endorphins that we need.
Yeah. That's
That one.
the dopamine that we need. That's that's
Mhm.
dopamine. That's it.
So
That's
half
it.
price. Let me know you listen to this
Mhm.
podcast and we take care of you.
Got you. Oh.
That- That's
The
it.
Art of Rising. It's been another good one. Thank you,
Flow
Omar.
state conversations. Information as revolutionary as you are.
It won't be televised. It'll be coming from your own mind. And when
That's
you
right.
create a connection with another mind, that's what they call the mastermind. Let's get
Mm,
it,
I like that. I
man.
hope, brother.
Yeah. I
Peace and
hope.
love. Thank
You
you so
take care.
much.